What's up, Dragon Brood? Today we have a lot of fun in store because there's been a new version of Naya going around, which has been popping its head up at the Star City events online over at MTGA Melee, and I think you're gonna really like these lists. They're actually super fun, have a couple of pretty exciting cards with a couple of pretty exciting moments, so I think you're really gonna dig that. Also, I want to remind everybody we do have a card spotlight at the end of the video, and also, if you haven't, check out my Facebook streams. If you want to get some streaming during the daytime, I'm over there on Facebook every day during the weekdays, Monday through Friday, usually about 9 a.m. until about 4 or 5 p.m. Pacific time. So feel free to check that out, and if you haven't, please, one time for the one time, hit that like button to help us get in front of more people, and then hit the subscribe button so I know that you appreciate what I'm doing. I could really use it right now, and I'm super thankful for every subscriber. But all that aside, let's go take a look at these new Naya lists, see what they're all about. Alright, so starting at the top here, we've got Giant Killer. Not a surprise, you know, we're playing an adventure theme, kind of adventure sub theme here. So Giant Killer fits perfectly, good removal, cheap creature. Edgewall Innkeeper, well, you know, he's the keeper of the adventures, apparently, and he's in so many damn decks right now that are Naya and Gruul, so I'm sure you've gotten tired of seeing that. Shajiri Shelter, this one's a little bit questionable, but it's a really good defensive card, and it can be an offensive card. You can use this to give something protection from a color if your opponent has mostly green creatures or mostly red creatures that they're going to block with. You go ahead and give it protection from that color, then allows you to go in big with Unleash Fury. So you can get that big attack in. Say your opponent has 3 black creatures they could block with. You use Shajiri Shelter, give your creature protection from black, get in there, double up the damage and do 8 or 10 or maybe even more damage. And that's a pretty big deal here. Are playing Shepherd of the Flock, also another adventure card, lets you save your creatures or reuse permanents. And it's a 3/1, you know, so it actually can fight all on its own pretty well. Bone Crusher Giants, Kazul's Fury, which is funny because we've been joking around calling this deck Naya Fury because it plays both Unleash Fury and Kazul's Fury. So they're both in this list here. But Kazul's Fury lets you sacrifice a creature, deal damage equal to its power. It's pretty good because it's an instant, so you can use it in response to your opponent trying to kill a thing, which sometimes, you know, can maybe if they're targeting something with a Bone Crusher Giant, you can fizzle their Bone Crusher Giant so they don't get that. You can keep things from just getting tucked under other cards or exiled if there's a reason you need to keep it in the graveyard. So lots of things you can do with this, but more importantly, it's just damage. Or even better, you can use it along with Unleash Fury to increase the creature's powers to say 4 to 8, or maybe make it to 10, and then you fling it at them with Kazul's Fury. Then you give like the double Fury combo, and that's pretty good too. Lovestruck Beast, obviously we know what all that is. Showdown of the Scalds, this is cool because it does allow you to keep extra cards in your hand and keep pushing cards to the table. So even after a board sweeper, you could play that, reload, really get things going. And sometimes you may just be looking for Kazul's Fury or Unleash Fury. Goldspan Dragon, big creature, instant. They're not instant, but it has haste. The other thing though is getting those extra treasure is actually important because again, you can use some of these other spells while you're in the attack step, even before your opponent declares blockers. So you could Shajiri Shelter to keep something from blocking it. You could double the power with Unleash Fury. You can use a Bone Crusher Giant to get a blocker out of the way for one of your ground creatures potentially, right? There's a lot of things there you can do with this. And then the lands, nothing too surprising. All the pathways, some Fabled Passages, and 2 mountains, 2 plains, and a forest. So nothing wild there. Now I know people may look at this and say, yeah, but you're not playing Embercleave. Now the first thing I want to say about Embercleave is that it's not in here largely, and I think this is why these decks came about, is because you can play Unleash Fury. And the reason that's different is one, you don't need as many creatures to reduce the cost of it, which is nice, because it can also get under Jurari's Disruption and things like that people are playing now, which is fantastic. But you also don't get caught with it after a showdown, right? Because you can't really maximize an Embercleave and a Showdown of the Scalds at the same time, because you're going to risk losing those cards. So you're trying to find things you can play on consecutive turns very quickly and get them onto the table, or get a huge added benefit out of them. So it fits perfectly in this type of build. And then people are probably going to also say, why are you not playing the Great Henge? Honestly, you don't get that many large creatures, though you do still have like Lovestruck Beasts and whatnot. The reality is, you're trying to kill your opponent in multiple different ways before you actually need the Great Henge, and you can reload your hand with Showdown of the Scalds anyway, which is the real large added benefit of the Great Henge, getting those extra cards. So even without that, I think this deck has a lot of potential. Obviously, other people think so, as it showed up in multiple events over the last 10 days or so over on MTGA Melee. So let's just take this into the arena and see what's up. Well, that is a rough start. Not gonna lie, a real rough start. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna keep anyway. Mostly because this is a land. I mean, so I can turn to... we're playing against Tibalt's Trickery. Gosh dang it. Okay, well hopefully they just miss. Nothing else we're really going to do here. We just have to hope they don't have it. If they do, they do. Main deck, I don't think this deck has any answers, so you just let it happen. They're choosing to take the gamble, so what can you do? We'll put this in tapped. Alright, let's see how bad it is. Alright, they got their 2 mana. They got their Stonecoil Serpent. That means they got their Tibalt's Trickery. Hopefully hit another Stonecoil Serpent. Or even better, another Trickery. That'd be awesome. No such luck, though. Oh, they did. They had a Tormod's Crypt. Yay. They deserve every bit of that. Sucks to be you, opponent. Yep. But to each their own. We're on the ladder. If that's what you think is competitive for you and gives you a shot, then go for it. I would say for sure, if you play best of 3, absolutely don't play it in best of 3. I think it's bad in best of 1. It's abysmal in best of 3. And for people who think that's not true, go look at all the tournament results, and not a single... I don't even think you see a Tibalt's Trickery deck listed, much less played in those events, and that's why. Like, everybody who knows anything is not playing that deck. And that's, I mean, the stats just show that. That's not even a question. I guess we have to put this on green. Alright, let's see what happens. Please don't have a way to save your Speaker of the Heavens. I would like to block and kill it, opponent. Okay. I will gladly trade for 1. They're choosing to give me 0 of them. Fair. What do we do with the rest of this, then? I mean, if we attack, would the opponent block? I don't think they would. I'm just going to sit back. Because if they didn't block and maybe they play like a Luminarch Aspirant, they'd be able to pump up one of these and then we wouldn't be able to block with their Innkeeper. Whereas here, I would trade both of these for one of those. Don't get me wrong, it's not like an ideal scenario, but I would do it here. If they don't do anything, like let's say they play, I don't know, Seasoned Hollowblade or some such, and choose not to attack, that's pretty good because then we have a 5/5. We also have the option of using Kazul's Fury, maybe? So then weird things happen here too with this deck, because you can double the power of a creature and then just fling, and then that could just end it. So we'll see what happens. Like, because nobody's ready for this card in this combo. Like, no one. And nor should they be, because it's not good, but it might work here. Alright, definitely don't want double of those in my hand right now. That's for certain. Alright, no attacks. Opponent got away with some there. We didn't get a card, so that's a little unfortunate. Archon of Sun's Grace. Well, that sucks. I don't want to have to, like, kill the Archon, like, with the Kazul's Fury. That sucks. Dang. Dang. Why, opponent? Why? Why do you gotta be like that? They drew their cards so well here. Oh, wait. If the opponent lets this through, do we one-shot them? Double it to 10, then double it to 20? Maybe? I don't know if they'll block. Let's see if they'll block. They might not. If they don't, we're going to one-shot the opponent. Please don't block. I want to see if this works. Come on, opponent. Don't block. Don't block. And this is great, too, because we can't Ember Cleave, so there's no fear of that. They might just be like, all right, I'm going to take like 7 or 8 damage, whatever. Like, come on. I just realized this could even happen. Like, please don't block. Like, this is going to be so good. They're thinking about it, though. Like, they're going to block. They're going to block. This sucks. Thanks, Jericho. Oh, wait, they didn't. Okay, we get to try. Let's see if it works the way I think. It does. It totally does. We got it. Oh, that's so good. We got it. We one-shotted the opponent. Oh, that's so good. I'm not going to stop giggling about that. Like, I'm like a schoolgirl right now. Like, that is so awesome. And I think what made it work for me so much is, like, we had that pause where I was 99% certain the opponent was going to block. Because they even used, like, a big chunk of their rope. Okay, exactly, Terrell. They're probably going, why didn't I just block, right? Like, I could have just gave up one of these 1/1s. It didn't even matter. They're about to start making 2/2 flyers or whatever. Now, the reality is, if they would have blocked, I would have just used the Kazul's Fury to just fling it at the 3/4s so they're not making a bunch of dudes. But they didn't know that, right? They had a safer play and just didn't take it. But man, that's crazy. That is wild. That is just all kinds of good times. All right, let's go ahead and get this out the way. We'll take our 1 point of damage. Or they're going to kill their own thing. I'm good with that too. I have zero problems with that. I see people make that play so often, and that is such a terrible play, y'all. Don't do that to yourselves. Don't do it. I do not recommend it. What do I want to do here? Do I want to play the Shepherd? I think I do. I think I do. Just want to play it as it is. They might delete the app. They might shame delete. I don't know. That was wild. That's not something that's, like I said, it's probably never gonna happen again. Like I feel like we just got lucky. Yeah, no blocks. Sure, come at it, opponent. Do your thing. Ah, we didn't get the lands we needed, y'all. We did. We did. That sucks. Yeah, don't think we're gonna be able to do anything with this. We can chump block next turn, but like, what does that really get us? Oh, man. Yeah, I think we just have to chump block. I don't think we don't have a choice to do anything else here. I mean, good news, I guess, is we can empty I guess we take 4? No, we block here, because, like, we can exile a Nax, so that's less of a concern. We can still shoot. Man, I'm trying to figure out how to use the most of these free cards. That's kind of the problem here. Well, we definitely need that because we need green mana. That's not even a question. If we play that, we get to save the 5/5. So we want that for sure. Honestly, I might even just be better off playing the 5/5 here. But Because we're going to lose the Bone Crusher Giant as part of this exchange. Oh, Auto Tapper, you were about to wreck me. I see what you were doing. You were going to tap both of my red sources. What's wrong with you? Why you like that, Auto Tapper? Destroy that. What are they going to do here? Alright. And then we can play this. Let's turn that into a 3-3. I guess they have a shock here. Oh, they have a frostbite. Of course. Alright, well, we're still not out of the woods. By any stretch. We're going to take 4 from Fervent Champs. Go to 8. Opponent has 1 card in hand. We have to hope it's not Embercleave. I mean, I guess that's all we're really doing here. We play the Giant. I mean, play the Goldspan Dragon. If we attack, we wouldn't be able to play anything else. So we can play this. I mean, we could... Oh, man, do we go to 5? Because we can get rid of the Bone Crusher Giant and take 2 instead of 4. Which just seems correct. And then I can still play this for 1, this for... Oh, no, because that wouldn't work either. I can play this other one, which... Okay, I think that's what we do. I don't love it, but I think it's correct. Yep, we take our 2, go to 5. Play this. Turn the other one into a 3-4. We play this, make a 1-1. Turn the new one into a 2-3. And then we just pass and hope they don't have, like, Embercleave or some such. Robber of the Rich. That's a pain in the butt, but doesn't necessarily kill us. They got a 1-1. I mean, do we just go to 3? I mean, I don't know what direct damage they have. If they have it, we're dead. But if not, we're still alive. Still game on. Alright. We're still in this. They're down to playing our creatures, so that's good news. Do we play Dragon here? No, we don't. We play this because we can tap a creature and buy some time if we need to. Do we fling? We can almost do enough, but not quite. Alright, I'm going to... this is tough. Alright, I'm just going to pass. I think this is safe. We just don't do anything crazy here. Torbran is mostly fine. We can fling and kill that, I guess, later. Let's tap. Alright, that's a good card. That is something we needed here, so we'll take that. So now we can attack, and then I could still fling at Torbran. I'm going for a win scenario here, which I don't know the likelihood of it, but, you know, let's see. Alright, let's see what the opponent does here. Because if they don't have, even if they have Embercleave, we can still fling at the thing that gets Embercleaved. So, if they attack with just Robber, we might just block the Robber with the Giant Killer. And then try to just attack fleeing at the opponent next turn. Because that'd be 8-16. So yeah. Let the opponent do what they're going to do. I mean, I'm down to block. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. That's fine. Alright. We're going to have to use this fling because they have a burn spell in hand. Oh no, they're just bouncing their thing. Well, alright. We're down with that. That was great. Like, that's okay. Awesome. Sure. Alright. Alright, cool. Like, that was not how I thought that was going to go down, but okay. But yeah, this deck, I don't like. I get why we have to play Showdown in this deck. I don't know how good it is overall, really, but it's kind of neat. I kind of dig it. And 100 stars. Oh man, thank you, Brad, so much. All right, let's see what the opponent does here. Null Priest. All right. Is this a mono black cleric deck? I'm not gonna block here for sure. Oh, did you clip that, Casey? Because if so, I will gladly use it. Oh, awesome. Perfect. That'll save me some time later. I will open that in another browser. There we go. Just so I have access to it quick and easy. Man, 3 Showdown of the Scalds is totally not what you want to do with this deck. Let me tell you. It is not how we're trying to win. I mean, 1, great. 2, alright. 3, not so much. Because then it means we don't really have things to play after all this other stuff. Which is kind of bad. I'm going to go ahead and get a mountain here because we want to make sure we can play the dragon if we get access to it. Oh, man. Like, this is... Y'all are just so kind today. Yeah, we're just going to attack here. If they block with the 1/1, so be it. We'll get rid of it with the Giant Killer if they manage to get a 5/5 back. We're not going to worry about it. Alright, Showdown. Here we go. Oh, well that wasn't a good selection of cards. That's a bunch of stuff we can't really play. That's a bit disappointing. Especially if we end up needing to use the Giant Killer next turn. Brad at another 50? Jeez. Thanks. Alright, sure. You do you, opponent. Well, what are we going to do here? I guess we'll use the Fable Passage. Go get a forest. It's not great. Because we're really just going to... man. I think I'm just going to go get a Plains, actually. Because I may want to actually just play the Giant Killer on this turn, too. When this is all done. So let's go ahead and destroy this. Pump this. We'll go ahead and play that Giant Killer. I think I'm gonna pump this. I'm like, F it. If you're gonna do it, let's do it. Like, I'm gonna come with it. Let's go. Luris, if you wanna block our Innkeeper, fine. Like, I'm game. Alright, unfortunately, we lost one of our win conditions in doubling the attack power, so that's gone. No, it's not a win condition. It's just funny that we won with it the one time. Alright, so we still have the ability to get an extra card and add a bonus to something. We can Goldspan Dragon and play a land and still do this next turn. So we're in a pretty good spot. I don't know what the opponent's really going to do here. They don't have anything in the yard other than a Null Priest of Oblivion, and that doesn't do much to us, so we're not that concerned. We also have the ability to use Giant Killer to tap a blocker if we really want to. So lots of choices here. We'll probably just tap an Archfiend's Vessel because we don't care. Alright, we'll take our 2. I mean, they could just keep blocking with Null Priest and get Null Priest back or whatever. Like, that's fine. We'll, you know, play silly games, win silly prizes. Like, it's all good. So let's put this on green. We can play this. Put the bonus on the Innkeeper? Or do we want to put it on this? And then so we can attack with more stuff. I think that's what we're going to do. Because I'm not that worried about attacking with the Lovestruck Beast, all things considered. Because we could also just play the Lovestruck Beast, pick it up, replay a 1-1. Get into some really weird shenanigans. Opponent's at 16. And then I'm going to use this for white. And they're going to tap the Archfiend's Vessel, so it doesn't get a chance to go to the graveyard. Yeah, alright. We're good with this. In the turn. Now we're in an interesting spot because we have 2 damage preloaded with the Bone Crusher Giant on the board. So we can actually bounce the Bone Crusher Giant at some point and get damage out of that. And the opponent never being able to get the 1 life gain off of the Archfiend. Alright. Alright, they put that on Luris. I think the opponent might still be dead here. They have another Archfiend's Vessel. They could gain some life. Yeah, they can gain... They can block a lot of damage here, actually. Alright, they're going to go to 15. That's a good move for them. Do we want to pick up anything here? I don't think so. Unless we wanted more mana, we could pick up the Goldspan Dragon, replay it, but I don't think we want to do all that. That's not what we're in the market for here. So now, opponent's at 15. We could showdown and tap something, but we just save that to tap Luris next turn. That's the better deal. Opponent getting a 5/5 doesn't greatly matter. Just trying to decide if the opponent does spend their mana to get a 5/5, how do we feel about it? I feel like we do this. See what we get first. Oh, well that's cool. Okay. We attack then. Okay. Alright. Maybe this could do it, depending on how this all goes down. So opponent's going to be technically at 17. They'll block that. So they'll go to 11, and then they'll gain 2, so they're going to be at 13. I think we're mostly okay with that. I mean, we could use this and just kill the Valkyrie, which I think we will. It's kind of goofy to use here, but yeah, I'm fine with that. Just eliminate their blockers. And that's the world we're in right now. Alright, So now, even if they get a 5/5, we tap Aluris, then we tap whatever's blocking next turn and try to get in with a bunch of stuff. We can use Showdown of the Scalds, see if we draw something. Okay. That seems mostly fine. Sure, you get a 5/5. We're going to go ahead and get white mana, and we're just going to tap Aluris. Ooh, Kazul's Fury. Alright, now we're getting closer to a thing happening here. If we tap that, opponent can block 5. Take... Yeah, I think that's what we gotta do. Alright, tap this. Opponent takes 3, 7, goes to 6. Is that enough? Well, let's see. Maybe they don't want to give up Veto. I don't know. I think Veto has to block here, though. If they don't block with Veto, they just die. They're risking too much. Like, it's not worth it. Those ones where you really want to say, like, it's not worth it, opponent, don't do it, you know. Yeah, there you go. That's the right call. We can Showdown of the Scalds, which does... Oh man, y'all are really coming in with the likes and follows here. Thank you. Oh, well that's cute. Alright, that gives us some stuff to do next turn. And I think we just go ahead and do this. Target creature or planeswalker. Autopay. Alright, so no more life for you. I think that's going to do it. I mean, because now we even have our combo, our double Unleash Fury. Like, for those of you that weren't watching previously, we did one-shot an opponent with a Lovestruck Beast and double Unleash Fury. It was completely absurd. It should never happen, but it did happen. The opponent could Agadeem's Awakening here for 2, which gets them a Null Priest and a 5/5. But I don't think that's going to do enough for them. We can tap one of their defenders, and then whatever gets through plus shooting them and the bonuses from the showdown. And another dragon and blah blah. We have like 80 things going on here that all kind of in the game, so it doesn't really matter much. Yeah. It really doesn't. We'll just do the easy way. We'll probably just shoot Luris, tap a 5/5, and that's it. Like, you know Showdown of the Scalds is out. Yeah, the opponent, that's just terrible. It's just terrible. Like, you generally can't win doing that. You know, put a bonus on that, I guess. Yeah, GG's. Like, there's no way to win. Tap that. Shoot Luris. Bonus on that, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. Like, well, alright, y'all, I get it. I see why people want to play this. This is definitely the way you should be playing Naya going forward. At least for the foreseeable future with all the spot removal and everything. Like, this lets you do big things with single creatures, which is nice. It has a good balance across options of being able to refill your hand and still be aggressive. It can play a little bit defensively if it needs to. And it's playing a card like Unleash Fury that you don't see played very often, which I almost expect because now this deck exists, you're going to see Unleash Fury popping up in other lists. So, kind of cool. I sort of dig it. Not much bad to say about this. The mana worked fine. It played well. If you want to just play a new Naya list, give this one a look. This one, yeah, gets the 2 thumbs up. It's really, really good. So, I'm a big fan. Hey, actually, tell me down in the comments what you would want for us to be our sign of approval or a sign of disapproval. Do we do like wings up, wings down? Like, I don't know. What does the Dragon Brood want to do for that? I hadn't thought about it, but hey, why don't y'all tell me? For today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Halvar, God of Battle. And I know people are going like, wait, but isn't this like a Kaldheim card? What are you really going to tell me about this? Like, don't tell me these are crazy expensive or whatever and I got to go buy them. Like, no, this isn't so much an investment tip as it is a strategy tip. The big thing here is that I don't think everybody understands how Halvar works, right? One of the things is everybody knows about the double strike. You equip something, boom, you're good. But the other half of Halvar's ability actually lets you use the equipment or move the equipment during your attack step, but then also lets you move it during your opponent's attack step. So what that means is you can attack with something, then on your turn move it to, or your opponent's turn, move it to Halvar and use it on defense as well. That's actually very big, and I didn't even know immediately. It came up for me in a video 5-6 days ago. I can't remember what deck it was we were playing that had Halvar in it, but once it came up, I was like, oh, well, that's how this works, and that makes way more sense. It makes the card that much better. So just be aware that if your opponent has one, or you're thinking about building your next deck that has Halvar in it. As always, you can get this description down. You can get this deck down in the description below. Getting the description in the description would be weird. You can get the deck down in the description below. And remember, if you're shopping at TCGPlayer or Amazon, if you click on one of the links down below, you'll be helping me out if you shop on there, even if you don't buy the item that's linked. Every little bit helps. Just happens to do it within the first 24 hours of you clicking on those links. One last time, if you haven't, please like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and help me out. I really appreciate it. You'd be doing me a big favor right now. And if this is your 3rd, 4th, 5th time watching one of my videos and you haven't subscribed, please let me know down in the comments section. Why not? What does it take for me to earn your subscription? That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.